Mr. Dan Moody.
Your name, sir?
DJ Danny Moody, Your Honor.
All right.
Teresa Tether on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Danny Moody is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. This hearing has been adjourned out, given that Mr. Danny Moody had pending cases at the Supreme Court. It's my understanding that Mr. Danny Moody pledged in the case where he was continuing to send messages to the victim that's in this case, and he was charged with aggravated stalking. He's scheduled for sentencing in that matter on March 11th, 2026. I do know that he had the other case where it was a deferred. The information I have, Your Honor, when I provided the reports to the court is that he was sentenced to 6 months jail on that case. However,
On the circuit court matter?
on the first one.
The first one, okay.
Okay. However, I have since learned that there is more to that. And the prosecutor can update the court as to that.
Your Honor, in his so Mr. Danny Moody was sentenced on the deferred case, and there was a recommendation for the 6 months. However, I believe, and I might be summarizing, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Danny Moody will be continuing with probation on that case, and then will be able to be released to mental health inpatient treatment once a bed is available. He then, in the new case, pled, and if I could put that on the record just so the court is aware of what that was,
Sure.
he pled no contest as charged in that case with an agreement to no upfront jail. There was also an agreement for the following terms to be included in his probation. He will do a 5-year term with no further discharge. He's to be released to inpatient mental health treatment with a tether. Once inpatient is completed, he's then to be placed on home confinement at his parents' residence. He's not to use the internet except for documented medical visits. He's to continue with all mental health treatment as recommended by his professionals and to be involved with CMH. He is not to object to an extension of the PPO, and he's to follow all other terms of probation. So there is a plan in place, and I believe through that plan, in his deferred case, an agreement that he would be able to be released once a bed is available with a tether to inpatient mental health treatment, which Mr. Hauser has provided documentation as to where that would be, and I believe it's out of state.
Mr. Hauser.
I guess all that is accurate with one correction. The inpatient Pasadena Villa would be in state. There is an appointment at the Mayo Clinic on February 16th over in Minnesota. That's the only part that is out of state. Beyond that, as relates to the two cases pending before the circuit court, that is a fair and accurate statement. It's also my understanding from Pasadena Villa that a bed is now available. So once we address the hearing today, the last matter before it needs to be addressed where we can get him there would be the bond in the new circuit court case. As that remains at $50,000 cash or surety is my understanding.
In that case, Your Honor, he is scheduled for sentencing on March 11th.
That is correct.
Okay. So I guess what I'm concerned about is how's he going to, because he has, what, about 160 days left on my sentence.
Yes, Your Honor. And probation did recommend to the court, given that Mr. Danny Moody continued to have contact with the same victim, he's been charged and now convicted of 2 felony convictions of aggravated stalking involving this same victim. The recommendation for the probation case here is that I'm asking that the court revoke his probation. Probation is also recommending a jail sentence of 365 days in jail with credit for 204 days served, that he served the balance, waiving all remaining terms and discharging him from probation without improvement. I do know that counsel did send to the court to consider allowing release to the mental health facility. I did provide that documentation to the court to read. I do also, Your Honor, however, know that the victim does oppose that.
Opposes what?
Any release. She would ask the court have Mr. Danny Moody serve the jail time.
And if I may, Your Honor.
Right. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, so and then the request from the defense would be is if the court was so inclined to revoke probation and terminate the probation order from this court, that the sentence be credit time served for I believe the 204 days, because then that would allow the matter to be handled through the circuit court or orders in the two cases pending up there, and would allow Mr. Danny Moody to get to the inpatient facility a little bit faster. Thank you.
Just so that, Ms. Valera, so that I'm understanding and I realize she's available, and I'm not asking that she necessarily speak to the court, but the victim in this case really opposes, in some respects, what the circuit court would be doing also, because it would be released.
Correct. And Your Honor, she is aware, I did speak with her, that the request was made that he be allowed to be released to treatment. I do understand Ms. Hodges' position, given that things go well for a period of time and, you know, it is instilled fear in her. So, you know, that the contact has continued not just once, but then again. So I do understand that she is torn with that happening, but her preference would be that he serve the remaining jail time.
Well, I don't know. And Ms. Zenda, what you relayed to the court is what's been agreed upon for sentencing in the circuit court matter, correct? So the reality is that's going to happen. And then the only thing that might stand in the way would be if I impose jail time, keep him there, he then doesn't get released to treatment. Right? I mean, that's
I'm correct, Your Honor.
how I see it. Okay.
And Your Honor, just to make sure that the court is aware, when I spoke with Ms. Hodge, I was not aware of all the requirements that go with the release to treatment. So I'm not sure that Ms. Hodge, and I'm not sure if the prosecutor's office confided with Ms. Hodge about what that would entail. But it's my understanding, if he were to be released to treatment, that would be on a GPS tether, inpatient. Then once, and if he gets released from there, he would go to his parents' home where he would be on home confinement. So I'm not sure that Ms. Hodge was made aware that maybe Ms. Zenda can speak.
That's correct, Your Honor. We did speak with her. I spoke with her along with one of our victim advocates on what we were looking for into kind of this whole plan. So she was made aware of what we were thinking about for these plans and what we ultimately ended up.
Okay. I see it at least from the time of the sentencing, but it was before that in November of 2022. We've been dealing with Ms. Hodge and, well, with Mr. Danny Moody and this case. And, you know, it was regrettable to me, certainly, with this last violation. Well, not just regrettable, it was disgusting what had come back to the court. I'm not going to just wash my hands of this. I mean, because frankly, with what Ms. Hodges had to go through, her family's had to go through, I'm just myself not going to wash my hands of it. I'm just not doing it. So what I'm going to do in this case, since he's not going anywhere anyway, I'm going to adjourn, my sense is March 11th or DV right after that would be. That's it in March?
March 2nd, March 9th, March 16th.
16th? All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this to March 16th. I want to see the structure of the circuit court sentence. My intention will be understanding some jurisdictional issues would be to match that sentence. And so everyone knows the reason that I would do that. And it may be the best that I can do for Ms. Hodge in this case, is that should there then be a violation, he's going to have to come back here to answer to me. I'm not just going to end this and let him go. If he enters into that behavior, he's going to come back here, and I'm going to everything I have will be coming at him. So we're clear as to that's what the court's intent is on doing this. So I'll adjourn this out to March 16th. I'm not going to do anything on this today. Ms. Polera, you can have the discussion with Ms. Hodge and understand that, and also just go through. I'd like more of a clarification once she sees the whole structure of everything that the prosecutor explained, what her feelings on that might be before I make any further movement.
Okay, I will have a further conversation with you.
And Judge, just so we're clear, if I may,
Yes, sir.
as relates to the potential for the inpatient release under the circuit court agreement, is this court opposed to release before the 16th, or would we be okay if?
I am not, at this juncture, I would say I'm not opposed to that. However, I'd like my probation department to have that thorough discussion with Ms. Hodge so that she understands that and the reasons for it. She may, at least as I'm hearing, but also, I'm not gonna, as I sit here right now, I'm not opposed to that.
Okay.
Okay, but
Thank you.
I want to hear a little bit more vis-a Ms. Polera from Ms. Hodge, or if she wants to speak to the court directly before I do anything. So I'm not opposed to it, counsel. I guess it's my short answer to it.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Judge.
All righty. Thank you, folks.
All right, enjoy the rest of the day.
We request the next final settlement conference.
All right. And that would be April. Did this get stamped? No. No, it didn't. Don't worry about it. I got it. Jury final settlement conference will be April what? April 10th, 2026, 9 a.m. Jury selection, if necessary, will be April 13th, 2026 at 8:30. Both of those proceedings are in person.
Your Honor, with respect to the other matter at the bench, if that does not get any resolution, my client may be requesting a second civil standby. I don't think Ms. Zenda is going to object to that. If the court.
All right, very good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I've already called your case. All right, state your name.
Ryan Wesley Tudor, Your Honor.
All right, what are we doing?
Set for final settlement and jury selection, please.
Jury final settlement conference will be April 10th, 2026, 9 a.m. Jury selection, if necessary, April 13th, 2026, 8:30. So both of those proceedings are in person.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you.
None of
Stop
these
at
are
the counter, they'll give you a paper.
You.
I got you.
Oh, absolutely.